Alright, in this video I'm going to be talking about my completion of No Nut November in 2023. I can say that this November has been a long and hard one in more ways than one, and I can finally enjoy the stockpile of nuts that I've acquired during the month of November that I could not enjoy during November. And it looks like I cannot switch my camera view while in the middle of recording this video, so I'm going to try to grab some of these bags and try to show them on my phone camera so you can see these nuts that I'm talking about. I know that my phone camera is making things display backwards like a mirror, but this says hazelnuts. So I got some of those. I'll hold it like this. That's probably a better way to hold it. Some pistachios. Let's see what else I got. Got some walnuts. All kinds of nuts, really. Some more walnuts. Let's see what else I have in here. Oh, this one is California grown shelled walnuts. I'm going to have to figure out how to put these back in the bag. I got another bag of those. I got... that bag was like big and heavy. Which is why the phone camera was turned away. I can't read that right now. I'll have to look at it this way. Oh, it's whole shelled natural almonds. So yeah, I have quite a variety of nuts here that I stockpiled during November that I couldn't use until December. So yeah. I gotta say, it really was a rough No Nut November. Not getting to enjoy these things. And all jokes aside, I would like to talk about some issues that I had during the month. And in my monthly reflection video, I explained some of these things already, but what does it hurt? I can explain about them, or explain them in a little bit more detail. Grammar is really difficult right now. Then again, when is grammar not difficult for me? Anyways, yeah, my depression got worse this month. I kept getting caught up in the motions. Things were causing me a lot of stress. I was really busy a lot. I didn't stop very often to try and slow down and reflect on things, and that made my memory problems get worse, and of course it made my mood get worse. My sleep problems got worse because I was tired from what had happened to me, but also because of me not sleeping well. That made my days difficult. And yeah, I gotta say, it was a humbling experience, like No Nut November always is. And what I learned, besides some very odd things that people posted about on the subreddit, I learned, as far as like things that I learned about myself, is that I certainly have a lot of self-control. Of course, I already knew that for a long time. But anyways, wow, my arm is getting tired the way I'm holding my phone. Anyways, I'm gonna need to hold it with two hands, but this bag of hazelnuts is gonna have to drop. There we go. Anyways, I learned that no matter how many times I think, I can just do this and that and get this done and out of the way and then worry about thinking about it later. I can do it when I go to bed. I can do it when I'm on my way to work, whatever. If I put off trying to reflect on things, I'm just going to keep forgetting it over and over and over, and I'm going to get behind, and my memory is going to get bad enough to where when I try to reflect on something to make my memory better, my memory will at that point have been bad enough to not allow me to do proper reflections. So it seems that the worst thing I can procrastinate with is me reflecting on things. And that's a part of why I gotta make videos like this, so that I can help myself out with my memory a little bit. But yeah, had a lot of good times this November with some funny memes, like always. But it wasn't all funny stuff. There was some encouraging stuff as well. There was some questionable things as well that caught my attention and made me wonder what in the world are some of these people thinking. But anyways, I have some advice for people that are thinking about participating in No Nut November, for next year and any future years. The month, any month, really, No Nut November or not, any month will be easier if instead of running away from your problems, instead of running away from unpleasant thoughts, you think about them in a way that helps you cope. If you put off reflecting on things, your mind will have to try to organize your memories somehow. So if you don't try to be in control of how that happens, then you may not like how that happens, because it could happen in the form of you having nightmares or just weird dreams in general, and that can disrupt your sleep. That doesn't mean that if you have a dream while you're sleeping, that's necessarily a bad thing. But from my experience, having dreams that I can remember seem to have to do with me not doing proper reflections on things. And it seems like when those things happen, that my mind is trying to send me a message that, hey, here's a problem. Here's a metaphorical dream or whatever to represent that problem. maybe you need to do something about it. And then when you stop having dreams like that, then maybe you did what you were supposed to. Otherwise, you're gonna have sleep problems. And so, No Nut November is not something that you want to rely off of willpower alone. It is not something that you want to do alone. And by that, I mean without having a supportive community like that of r/No Nut November. That community is very supportive. They have a lot of great advice on there. They really helped me out because even though I didn't get to have much conversations with people on there, and although I didn't post much and mainly just commented on the roll calls for the most part, I found it a good way to reflect on things. Or I found using the roll calls as a way to keep track of my progress during the month was a good way for me to do reflections. And even though it wasn't enough, it helped me stay more organized, and it helped me to leave behind certain information that helped trigger my memories to help me do proper reflecting later on. And so doing the roll calls, not just as a way to make a poem or a joke or just to say that you're still in. If you actually use those roll calls as a way to do some reflecting, that can go a long way. That can help you organize your thoughts better. That can help you reduce the possibility of having bad dreams, and that can help you to have more self-control, because just by trying to go through an organized thought process in the form of progress that you have made, just doing that helps you with self-control. Because when you do proper reflecting, that's you trying to live life on your terms rather than just saying whatever to what life throws your way. If you just shrug it off, then you're just waiting for the storm to be over. But if you try to organize your thoughts and come up with plans to improve the quality of your life, then that's learning how to dance in the rain, so to speak, rather than just waiting for the storm to pass. And if you just wait for the storm to pass, well, that storm might just keep getting worse and worse and might feel like it's never going to end. So until you do something about whatever's stressing you out, about whatever your problems are, things might not get better. So you have to try to do what you can to have control over your own life. But that's not something that we can do alone, because we have to feel like we have some sort of contribution so that we can be motivated and also have help with issues from other people. or have help from other people with issues. Not necessarily that the issues are from the other people, but they could be. At that point, how are they really even helping you? I don't know what I'm really saying here, but anyways, I can't think of any more advice, but I can say that I do plan on participating in No Nut November for as long as I can. I plan on participating for as many years as I can, for as long as I'm alive and am able to remember that No Nut November is a thing and that the subreddit exists. And who knows, maybe someday I might be able to stick with it long enough that I might end up being the oldest living participant at some point in time. That probably wouldn't be for a long, long time, but you never know. If Reddit and r/No Nut November are still a thing, by the time I'm an old person, if I make it that far, that would be quite interesting. I'm wondering how things would be like then. Imagine having in the double digits, or maybe potentially even in the triple digits of diamond flares. At this point, I don't think that I'm gonna even live past 100, but you never know. Anyways, I didn't mean for this video to be a very slow-paced one, but I am tired. I had my dinner a little bit ago, so at least I'm not hungry. And I have a little bit of energy because, well, I ate my dinner. Still want to go to bed. Don't know why I had to say it that way, but before this video is over with, I do want to talk about my previous No Nut November completions. So that would be 2020, 2021, and 2022. And I'd say what's interesting about No Nut November of 2020 is that was the year that the pandemic happened, and that led to a lot of isolation for many because of people having to social distance. And that year was the first year I successfully completed No Nut November. It was also the year that I graduated from high school, and 2021, that was the first year that I had a job. So that was the first time participating in NNN that I had a job. And I had to deal a lot with sleep deprivation and depression during that period of time. That made that time difficult. Then in 2022, that was before I got my current job. And so at that point in time, I didn't have a job. So if I remember correctly, that made that No Nut November easy because I didn't have nearly as much stress in my life as I do currently. And I'd say I'm not sure which donut November has been harder, 2021 or 2023. I really don't know. I'd say probably honestly 2021, but it was really hard for me to even be able to tell how bad things were back then because of how depressed I was and how numb I was. But looking back on things, yeah, they were pretty bad back in 2021 for me. But in 2023, things are doing a lot better, but things are still stressful. So, either way, I got that diamond fourfold flare, and yeah, that's awesome. So, yeah, that's it for this video. Peace.